Yo, check it. Call Lil C's. Tell that motherfucker to bring me some motherfucking weed to the hospital, man. Fuck that. Tell Uncle Porter to go pick up 10,000 from Dez and go take about like 20 G's from Gino. Tell that motherfucker to get this nigga next door up out of here. That nigga be snoring all night. I can't sleep. And call that big butt nurse with the long hair to come suck my dick.
Bad boy, come on.
The doctor said I need about 3 weeks of recovery. But the nurses is loving me, saying the best part of the day is my half. Feeding me breakfast.
Biggie's birthday. Right. Actually, Biggie's birthday. What was the first Biggie song you heard?
So, the way I remember, like when Ready to Die hit, there was this African dude I knew named Nick Nwankwa, and he was a fucking basketball player and I was in junior high, 7th grade, I want to say. So me and him, we used to fucking share a locker, right? And I guess it sounds suspect, but that was my boy, like, so we were like, the way our shit was positioned in the school, we were like, fuck it, man, mine's cool, mine's right here where everybody hangs, so we'll just share it. He came to school with the Ready to Die album, right? And he played for me the little interlude where Chick was putting Biggie down. I had never heard nothing like that on like a hip hop album, you know what I'm saying? Where she was sucking him off and shit. Yeah, man. It was almost like, and that was before I even heard any of the tracks. So I was like, dude, he was like, man, this whole album is jamming. And I was like, you gotta let me hold this pitch. You know what I'm saying? So when I fucking put it in, back then I was already like on top of the woo. Like the woo was my shit. So as soon as I saw that track that was with him and Meth, that's the first one I ever jammed.
Okay, man. And Meth is the only guest star on the album too, which is even crazy.
And I was like, oh man, this bitch is going hard. So in my opinion, man, back in the day, there wasn't really a lot of rap albums you could listen front to back. I mean, you were skipping around. Like, you would put a fucking track, you would drop a CD in just for like 3 tracks. So that's why, like, the 8 fucking changer, when you could program that bitch. That motherfucker was live at 5 because you played 3 tracks from Do or Die. You had your track from Wu-Tang. Then you had your Biggie shit that you would let play for like 30 minutes. So, like, when you had your house party, it was all like Donkey Kong.
Man. I think for Biggie, like the first time I heard it, me and my boys used to go to this place over in Canada, but on the way there, like the dude.
So you would cross the border.
So we crossed the border to go hang, man. And I didn't even drink, man. We were just going over there just because I didn't even do that.
You didn't even blow back then either.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. This is all before I was 21, man.
Okay.
I think I was maybe like.
So you were a late bloomer.
Yeah, I was a late bloomer. Yeah. Oh yeah, much like real late. I did it once when I was in Buffalo. Right. And then that was it. And then when I moved to Texas, maybe about 7 or 8 months later, I was like, man,
this state's lame, dude. You gotta have something.
And it hooked me up, man. And then from that point, I didn't stop, man. Did not stop.
But you fell in love, huh?
Yeah.
So you're at this spot and
no, but it's just going on the way there. They were playing one of Biggie's songs. I want to say it was actually he was playing Juicy from it.
On the radio?
No. It was on a tape. He had the whole this is tapes. This is tapes, man. No CDs. This is tapes.
Yeah. My boy
he played that. CD. And I was like, okay, that's not bad or whatever, because I'd heard about him.
Right.
But I didn't hear him. I hadn't heard him at all.
What's it called that hit first, right?
Pac?
No, his track, like his underground track.
Oh, yeah, his underground joints.
The shit
Dreams
he did.
of fucking R&B bitch. And,
that one. Or what was it? I got 11 Mac 11s, 838s, 99s. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, man. That was about the most that I heard of him, and even that much I hadn't heard about him. Like, all I knew is that it was a big dude.
Right.
I think I saw a picture of him, and I think being so young at the time, you're so you're looking at, like, you focus on looks, like, damn, this is an ugly ass motherfucker. Like, what can he possibly say?
You know what's weird, dude? A lot of people that I know that like hip hop say that he sounds like he's like, when he raps, he has like a mouthful of like mush or oatmeal. I'm like, dude, I never hear that.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't get it, man.
Absolutely clear to me, man.
I don't get it. Like, he's one of the most pronounced MCs that I've ever heard, and people hate on him like that. I think it's because maybe it's a fat stigma. Yeah. Like, he's fat and he's supposed to be like. Yeah. I mean, when he talks on the track, he talks like that. Yeah, but when he raps, man, it's clear to me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
I mean, when you hear fucking. Who shot you? And he's like, turn the motherfucking mic up. Yeah. You know, I don't hear no fucking mush mouth in that shit.
I just hear a clear ass.
They be hating on my boy, man.
Dude, you have no idea how many times I used to argue with people over Biggie Smalls, and this is when I was living in Arizona, and they were really on Pac's dick.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm from the West Coast, so you know, you can't say shit about about Tupac.
I get it. But the thing is, I didn't have anything negative to say about Pac.
he-
But people would be like, "No, man, Pac used to do this, and he was a pimp, man, and blah blah blah."
The best way I ever heard it explained, bro, was Pac had heart, Biggie had flow.
Yeah,
that's the best way I could ever
really,
put it.
Really, it is, man. Pac has a really preachy rap tone to where people can identify, like, man, fuck them. And Biggie was just like,
Biggie, to me, dog, he was like one of the last MCs that I can like really identify with. They told stories, dog.
Oh yeah.
The whole track was a story to tell.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as cliche as that's one of his tracks is called,
yeah, man.
I got a story to tell. But I mean, even if you listen to the Everyday Struggle, that's my lick,
that's
dog.
hard, man.
And
it's hard.
Before
man.
like back in the day, you know, it was all like when gangster rap or start blowing up, the fusion between like hip hop, like Run DMC and wearing leather fucking and gold chains and like movies like The Disorderlies with the Fat Boys and shit like that. That was like on the cusp, right? But when NWA came out and Ice-T, I mean, the first gangster rap song I ever heard was Colors. You know what I'm saying? That was like the first one where I was like, damn, he's talking about some real shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, all the other shit that people were talking about, you know, everybody knew that if you went to Compton, there's a good chance that there's some gangster shit going on.
Yes.
But when T was talking about like real sets in the song Colors, like Bloods and Crips, you were like, holy shit, this dude's talking about some real ass shit that I know is real.
Yeah.
So whenever Biggie was talking about like how it was that he came up, like an everyday struggle, talking about like packed up my guns for my raw power move, Glock 19 for caskets and flower moves.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how he had to go down south and all that shit. It's like,
it's brilliant shit,
it's
man.
Brilliant
it's brilliant
shit, bro.
because he's telling the story without really over explaining everything. You see everything vividly, and that's what was missing with.
He's a fucking artist, though.
Yeah, he's brilliant, dude, and he's
got some of the dopest lines
ever,
bro. Like there's never a line that I've heard, and there's some fucking clever MCs out there. Like Eminem is clever as fuck.
Man. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Brilliant, dude. Yeah,
Eminem is brilliant. Like Cannabis has some clever ass shit.
I wish he could have stayed strong.
I know he fell off, but Wu-Tang has some clever ass shit.
Yeah.
But like when Biggie Smalls said "fuck the state pen, fuck hoes in Penn State," that shit talks to me, dog. That shit talks to me like nothing. The only other thing that talks to me like that is like when M was saying shit like, you know, you ain't gonna sell 2 copies if you press a double album. Shit like that is like, man. God damn, man. I could have sat in a room for 3 days and I thought of that.
M was hungry, man.
You know what I'm saying? With the track M came out with when he was talking about him and fucking him and Al Cowlings went over to see Nicole and Ron Gold.
Yeah, man.
That shit was dope, man, bro. Yeah, that's Dropped the bloody glove and I forgot how he put it, smeared blood on the white Bronco, and then he goes, "We did it!" Yeah, that shit was dope, man.
People, the problem, I don't even call it a problem. The situation with Eminem is that he is so nice that black people don't want to admit that he's that nice.
Yeah, well, that's a different argument, right?
Eminem
because
is nice.
To me, M style is like shock jock. Right, like he says some shit like you're never really supposed to say, like, you know, raping his own mom or like, you know, shit like that. But when
the way he says it,
when he would say shit to like his first album, to me, everybody likes some of the shit later on, but to me, his first album, dog, even like the track Slim Shady, like My Name Is, that has some of the most dopest bars.
Yeah, man.
When he says clothes rip like the Incredible Hulk, I spit when I talk, I fuck anything that walks. That shit fucking talks to me, dog.
Brilliant, man. I'm telling you, man.
I was like, I know dudes like that.
I'm telling you, man. Eminem is really probably one of the nicest, man. And even Big Pun's first album, man. Big Pun's first album is people sleep. People.
I told you one of my favorite tracks is John Blaze.
Yeah, man.
That motherfucker is clean, bro.
Yeah,
when he says something about I forgot how the line goes, but he goes, "My passion is money." Something about a honey that'll blast anybody. I'm holding it for ransom like Johnny Handsome. I've been fucking so long, I think I got a grandson or some shit like that. Yeah, he was nice, man. He really was.
Yeah, man. Big Pun was nice.
So like with the first time, let me ask you this. Whenever you heard or MC Spark and your sales got raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something, you know, that I've never heard a lot of MCs talk about in their lyrics, but Matt talks about it a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He even said it, that's the exact verbiage he used. He said, I'm not a gentle man, I'm a method man. I spark and their sales get raw. He says that on the Big album.
Man.
And it's true, dog. When you hear a dope line, if you really, really appreciate the cleverness and the poeticness of hip-hop, when you hear a dope line and you don't get the like, God damn, I don't know, man, maybe you don't have a pulse.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, the way that, there's a transition that Biggie makes to meth. And Biggie's like, you don't want to fuck with METHOD, man. Dude, come on. Biggie is spelling out, you don't want to fuck with me, but then he's starting the beginning of meth. Come on, man. Listen,
and the fact that you can drop, like, if you go on YouTube right now, you can put Biggie with Frank Sinatra, and there'll be a whole album of, I'm telling you, I've heard it. I got it actually on MP3. This dude sat there and did a whole album with Frank Sinatra singing hooks of his songs. Like,
what?
Yeah, dude, it's so sick. And Biggie dropping on top of it. Yeah, you can pull it up right now.
I'm about to make a note to myself to check that out. What?
Bro, it goes hard. It goes hard, but it's not just him. I mean, that's where that Michael Jackson, Billie Jean track came from. People did that, and then Diddy picked it up. And have you ever heard that? Where it's the beat. It's I go on and on and on, and don't take up to the crib and let's
use the Michael Jackson beat?
Oh, dude, Billie Jean. It goes so hard. Yeah.
Oh.
Platinum Chanel cologne and I stayed. And then when the hook comes in, it's Billie Jean.
Really?
Yeah. That's where Biggie Duets came from. That track's on Biggie Duets. They took a bunch of other shit and fused it with Big, and it works. Just like when you hear All About the Benjamins, and he was already dead, right? But they had his track that he brings the end of the hook. If you hear it, they switch. The whole beat changes. Yeah, it changes, and it's I've been had skills, Cristal spills, high bills in Brazil, about a Miller Ice Grill. It changes, but it still works.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's brilliant.
You can put his shit. His shit has been remixed so many times. His tracks are fucking. They work with pretty much any beat.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
He's a beast, dog.
Dude, this beast. Have you ever heard that Jay-Z joint? The Great Album. With, DJ. DJ Danger Mouse.
Everybody bites from him. You can go on YouTube and you can type in every MC that bit from Big, and there's a dude that spent time like 45 minutes of bringing. It'll play Big's line, and then it'll play the MC that bit him, and it's exactly the same.
Yeah, I heard that, man.
And it's like, come on, man.
But it's old. It's like
I don't buy that shit.
No, I think it's old, man. Because listen, man. Nobody who's really in a rap is gonna think that they can pull over a fast one and act like they wrote the lyrics.
Look,
man.
They do. Here's the reason why I have an issue with that, and I understand that's probably true for a lot of the point, but they do the same thing in Hollywood. Now, I don't know much about music and art like you do, but I know a lot about movies and how they make film and where they get ideas from.
Right.
A lot of times, they'll sell you the same shit because it's generational, because people don't understand. Because they don't know that it's new. Like when you see a movie like Four Brothers, right, with Mark Wahlberg and Andre and all them, that movie came out a long time ago, but they'll never call it a remake. But that movie is really The Sons of Katie Elder with John Wayne and Dean Martin. That fucking movie is old as fuck, and it's the same story. The Lion King is really Hamlet.
I know.
Exact same story. But if you tell anybody, man, have you ever seen the animated version of Hamlet? It's The Lion King. They'll be like, A lot of people, maybe more people will know than not, but a lot of people still don't. And that's how you pull the wool over the eyes, and you sell the same product to new generations over and over.
Man.
Because if it works, then it's gonna work again. And they know that.
Most definitely.
So that's what pisses me off. I'm like, man, come from some original shit. Come from your heart with it, dog. Otherwise, like, what I want to be when it comes to, when it comes to fucking writing screenplays, I've actually written like short stories and then gone back and read them and been like, man, this is dope. And then I'll see a movie that I haven't saw in 10 years and I'm like, fuck, man, that's that line I used. You know what I'm saying? You do it subconsciously. I'll go in there and I delete that shit. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not biting that fucking line. It's a clutch line, but I'm not biting that bitch. I'm going to be the one that comes up with my own Jerry Maguire, you had me at hello, or show me the money, or something that resonates with people. You can't handle the truth. You know how I got these scars, or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? You got to come from your heart with that shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. I think that's what made Big as dope as he was, because Big wasn't trying to be like anybody else.
Nobody talked about that shit, bro. Nobody talked about wearing nice Gucci shit.
The way he was saying it too,
bro.
man.
Nobody talked about like, I mean, yeah, there was people like Short and like, you know, like what's his name, Mike. That was player. They talked about being a player. Or 8-Ball MJG talking about pimping way back in the Gap. Yeah, for sure.
But nobody Big admits though that Tupac helped influence him. Big
that's
admits,
fine,
which is good. But I'm saying nobody said it like Big. Which made it hard for me to listen to other MCs after Big, because subconsciously I was like,
bro, let me tell you like this. One thing I've realized about people who claim to like fucking B.I.G., everybody's a fan of Biggie until you ask them to spit their favorite fucking verse.
I like
all of them. They'll all tell you that shit. It's
anytime I've had a conversation with somebody and they're like, oh yeah, I like them all, I stop the conversation. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man, take care, man.
Because I go back and forth on my favorite fucking bars.
Right, man.
Like, I go back and forth.
Songs, I can tell you nuances, everything.
I go back and forth, man.
People tell me I like them all. Yeah, I know both. I like all of his albums.
Like, man. I think right now, for a long time, my favorite verses were Victory. You know, we asked for permission to hit them. Yeah. For a long time, that was my favorite. But then here lately, dog, I've been real partial to Frank White, the Desperado. Used to rock the all black Movado, all black El Dorado. That one I've been, all that in a bottle of Dom P.
Man, the beat is hard,
bro.
Too,
even the shit he did with Shaq.
Oh yeah. You can't stop the rain. You can't stop the man,
bro.
I know, man.
He kills that shit,
man. Even the shit he did with Michael Jackson.
Everywhere I visit, I got land there. Yeah, that's what that kind of shit nobody was saying back then, bro.
Yeah, dude.
He killed that shit. And to me, One More Chance is probably the most perfect song you'll ever hear in your life. Not the original that's nasty as fuck.
That's nasty as fuck, yeah.
But I'm talking about the remix with Mary and all that.
That remix dropped, dude. I could not wait till my brother got home to tell him. This is when the box was out. I had never ever called the box to pay for.
Give me that one more chance.
A video. I need that one more chance, dude.
With Heavy D at the beginning.
Oh my goodness, dude. The whole video was just like, that's a perfect party right there. And he's just rapping like it ain't shit.
Every verse is sick as fuck.
Come on, man.
You never hear somebody, maybe M could come up with, Low Down Dirty even. Bro.
But I'm saying, the way he was rapping, it was like you were pouring something over it was so smooth, man. I mean, come on. And then
not only a client, I'm the player president.
He ended it on that? Dude, when I first heard that, I was cracking the fuck up like, yo, this shit
when he said,
hard.
Man, and that verse, and then I got like those three, and then my other one that I'll just put on. But the reason why I don't jam it as much as the rest is because I don't like Short and I don't like Diddy's verses.
Right. I know. Man, the world is, man.
Bro. When the Remy's in your system,
man,
that shit.
Day long,
come on, man.
Dude, he
whether skunk or tie, drunk or high.
Yeah, man.
You realize how much we've been robbed of what he could have came up with since then?
Yeah, man.
Because they killed him. That shit fucking hurts my heart, dog. Like, to me, hip hop is dead, dog. Like, I don't hear nothing. And mind you, I don't have my finger on the pulse like I did when I was younger because I'm set in my ways. I still jam the same fucking 30 albums that I jammed when I was 16 years old. But I haven't heard anything new in the last 5 years that would make me be like, damn, that shit was sick. I've heard some shit that I'm like, okay, he's got something, but never nothing like...
Nothing, there's not going to be anything that gives me the feeling like Biggie, man. I mean...
Bro...
Benzo, she laced it. Cribbo got it interior. Come on, who's saying stuff like that? Benzo, she laced it. Cribbo got it interior decorated. Now my popularity grew in each state. Used to have to. Come on, man. People wasn't talking like that. People wasn't saying it that slick with that few words, man.
How's that one go, man? It's the other one I like, but I can't remember how it starts. Where he's open up the Lex door, jump on in. I'm gonna, I'll let you drive. I roll blunts while you spin. You got your
that's from, that's the one that,
swerving, hair blonde out, Madonna style like a virgin, splurging, Don P. Yeah,
that's from that's the joint from him and Lil' Kim. They kind of sampled the Prince beat to that.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one where he says, "Ladies, my Mercedes." Yeah. Would you die for me? Yeah, that one. Yeah, that motherfucker goes hard too,
man.
bro. That's what he says.
Keep it tight like a frog's ass.
Yeah.
Make it scream, Biggie, Biggie, give me one more.
Yeah, he said something about I invite those girls who smoke lie, keep it real with you. I keep it real with I.
Yeah.
That shit.
Man. Yeah,
you're hard pressed to find a track he's on that's not dope as fuck.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you. Have you ever listened to the Junior Mafia joints?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. TVs in the stash, 3Ds.
All that shit. I had the Conspiracy album when it dropped.
Yeah, man.
That
album was not bad, man. My brother was asking me about that album.
People clown me, man, because they remember when I was a kid. There's that part in Meet the Parents when fucking whatever the fuck's his name, Stiller goes into the white boy's room to smoking pot, and he has the poster of Little Kim, and he's like, man, she's fat. PH with a PH, you know, he's trying to be cool. I had that fucking poster, dog, in my room, same way with her when she was posted up with the mink on. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Can you believe I've actually never heard Little Kim's first album?
Oh, it goes. I mean, you know, Big wrote it, right?
Yeah, I know he big. And the first song on there, though, I have heard the first song on there, and he just goes in on her it's because they're both rapping. And I think he's like doing her introduction or something like that, man. Yo,
but these hoes don't treat you like I treat you. She
exposed the game.
wifey. They ain't got to like me. She got some nice shit. I didn't know it was him, so I was like, man, she's pretty nice for a chick. And then when you come out, it was him. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
As soon as he died, all of a sudden your skills go from here to down. Yeah, man, come on, man.
But they're I don't know, like, you know, anybody that they won't put him. The reason why I put him in the conversation is like he's got really like maybe 3 total albums if you put all the other shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's still in the conversation.
Yeah, dude.
Even though Pac's got a shitload of stuff.
A lot of material.
Like even M now's got a shitload of stuff.
Oh, yeah, man. M says he's got at least, for every album he makes, he probably does like 30 tracks or some shit like that. Like, Prince is going to have, once they get all this legal shit out the way, Prince is going to have
releasing shit for the next 10 years.
10, 20 years at the very least. If they release albums with just 10 tracks, let's say even 9 tracks, they would have a good 20 years of Prince music that we had never heard, man. A good 20 years, man.
Yeah, I'm stuck in my own shit, you know what I'm saying? But there's still not too many tracks out there that'll hit home like some of the shit that dude said.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
You know.
Happy birthday to that dude.
Chillin', sitting on about $500,000 with all my niggas, all my guns, all my women. The next 2 years, I should see about $1 billion. All for the love of drug dealing. Got no love for the other side. Fuck them tricks. Any repercussions, Junior Mafia spit clip all the time. Big Papa kick the raw rhymes, raw flows, and that's how it goes.